looks like everything's working for once. Hello everyone, I am PyroFalkon, and this is TR-49, a puzzle game I started a couple weeks ago with one stream. If you're watching this on YouTube, you should have joined me on Twitch, where I'm doing more streams now for some reason, now that we're out of tax season and I get to stream again. But if you are watching this on YouTube, it is a nice, redacted? That's not the right word. Abridged version. With lots of smash cuts, probably. Hello, Kimmy Fox. Thank you for joining the stream, and anyone who is going to join or lurk or whatever. So in the last stream, we played the first half of the game where we are investigating this machine that apparently eats books and traps souls. And as you can see in the top right corner, I've gotten about halfway done with it. There's still some work to do. I'm hoping to finish the game today, but we're going to take this nice and slow as we did before. First up is a hint, because I kind of don't remember where we left off, and I'm going to have to consult our notebook to try to figure that out. But first, let's see what our guy is going to tell us.
So this stolen book we're after, this revision,
right?
It's inside the machine, somewhere.
If you can. Yes. Don't worry, I've got your back.
Yeah, so the plot is we're trying to find this book that apparently rewrites history for some reason. We don't have the full story yet, but we will probably get it here before too long. So we have all of these titles. We have some code numbers that I don't know. We also have a bunch of things that we have not fully seen. That is what the red dots are, if I remember correctly. We've got... Let's see. Yeah, anything with the star here is something we have not pulled information off of yet. I think the last time I was using the controller, but now I'm using my mouse. Anyway, it's going to be a little hard for me to try to get back to where I was thinking properly. I do know that when we have a full picture like this, Pierre Latour, we have basically found all of the codes that he is associated with, but we still have information that we need to glean from those entries. So I really should probably just pick something and go for it, rather than thinking too hard about it. So let's see if... And I'm getting used to the mouse control again. So like with Isambard Arklovich, which is probably a pseudonym, he wrote 7 books of trash romance featuring King Arthur, which was really funny. But we don't have any further information on him, which is strange. Hello, Raphael. Thank you for joining the stream. He also mentions that our main character may or may not be a real person or a human or maybe a robot or some celestial being. We're not fully sure what's going on. Okay, so we're not really getting very far here.
Are you saying this machine is what makes revisions work?
I don't really know. Maybe. But revisions have a sort of ripple effect. So I found this place. I found you.
You found me. We still don't know who me is, so... Let's go to QL24 and see if I've got any sort of hint about what QL11 is. We're going to slowly pick apart everything based on the titles and try to get some information. Dad, you would have loved this one. It says, bonkers as a catfish. Another quote, I read a book I should not have read. Now my ideas are not my own. They grip me. Published by Lemarchand's widow after he died in age 68. She claimed his notes will allow him, upon his return, to continue his discoveries uninterrupted. I bet the fevered idea is here. Does that mean this one is notes and discoveries or whatever?
All right, then.
Let's see. Notes and discoveries.
Notes and discoveries.
Got it. There we go. There's one done. Remember that gaps
contain more substance than pillars. Review early text for lacunae. Review Pemberton. She saw it all. Folding over noting. Lines as structure.
Published by Lemarchand's widow after he died in age 68, he claims his notes will allow him upon his return to continue his discoveries uninterrupted. I bet the fevered ideas here inspired Professor Kendrick both in his fiction and his academic stuff. See issue 16 of the Academicist's Journal, which covers Kendrick's marvelous 1932 rant about dark matter. I remember when you got AJ-26, Dad. You tore it apart like a child unwrapping a Christmas present. We should probably head back over to AJ-26, which is issue 16. Maybe we'll get the title for Professor Kendrick. Wait a minute. Didn't I already do most of those? Oh, I'm missing one from Professor Kendrick. Okay, let's head over there and see if we get any information.
So this machine is what? It's a library?
It's an archive. Cecil Calderley hunted down obscure volumes for 40 years and fed them in.
We kind of figured that out.
He sounds like a maniac.
Yeah, I guess he was.
Are you Cecil? Alright.
What happened to Cecil Calderley in the end?
Getting
died.
a lot of information.
This
no
place
shit.
is what killed him.
Okay, go on.
Terrific.
Great. None of that was helpful. The journal would run for 45 years and 37 issues under the steady hand of its editor, the redoubtable Monsieur Latour, who only retired the year before he died. It was assumed it would afterward pass to his daughter, but it didn't. She wrote a short, rather angry pamphlet on the subject on A Life Unlived 2 years after he passed. I haven't got that yet, but we have that. That's... I think we've got that. Yeah, On a Life Unlived was UL 73. Okay. Oh, we've got one more link here we don't have. Something that starts with an 8, but we don't know the numbers. Probably 89. The Church of the Rampaging Christ. So it has to be 89, but we don't have... Oh, would it be RC? Church of the Rampaging Christ? Would it be RC? Let's try. So RC 89. RC 89. Yes! We got one!
It does not matter, for tomorrow we will rise like throwing spears to rain down on the unrighteous. The lower you go down, the greater your ascension will be.
The Church of the Rampaging Christ sounds like a violent missionary organization. It is not. It is an anti-scientific body dedicated to the destruction of knowledge itself for the betterment of human segregation, a dark spin-off of Tennyson's Metaphysical Society. Christ would not, I think, have approved the use of his name. This pamphlet is not recorded here from a desire to preserve this group's ideas, but to serve as a lighthouse for future generations, a tower on the foundering rocks. Foundering? Steer away. Avoid the rhetoric of the closed-minded, for the universe will never fold itself tightly enough to meet these people's needs. So we can CC 11 to enter this little bit here. The author was probably erstwhile. I cannot recommend his 1932 screed either. A terrible namesake to have. He's still alive. He published something this very year. So we have two entries for erstwhile. We have 32 and 74 because Cecil left this note in 74. So we need to know who erstwhile is. Is it CE? Let's see. Because I don't remember who all my characters... Yeah, Cecil erstwhile. So there's two Cecils. Cecil 32. So we've got that one already. That was the screed. So there's going to be a Cecil, a CE 74. CE 74.
In a world of fools fools and cretins, of shifting ideologies and wavering belief. A good fixed man is like a tree in a storm, firm and strong, until finally he breaks.
Once a nincompoop, forever a nincompoop. Trees have deep, anchoring, well-considered roots, and they lose branches to protect the trunk. I hope to meet erstwhile one day so I can steal his crayons. If he ever read GA00, I would eat an ICB, and that is the Bible. Okay, but we still don't have a title here, do we?
Liam, how did you know the machine would be here?
It's a long story. We don't have time.
Okay, so some of these, the titles don't matter. So there must be more than just what is presented to us. Because I didn't have to name Once a Cretan, Forever a Cretan. It was already there. So there must be something in Tadpole of a Man that can get me to something else as well. So there's more than 50 in the top right. There has to be.
Problems. They move like woodlice, scuttling into the cracks in society.
Okay, so he destroyed the only draft of Le Marchand's masterpiece revisions, which means...
Let's see.
Revisions was QL18. Church of the Rampaging Christ. We actually have a pencil drawing now. Christ would not have approved. There's more to discover from the Bible? Like what?
In the beginning was the Word.
Oh, we just have a link we don't have. And then we have the additional entry. Someone returns from the dead in this because people believed it. Hold on, Dad, you were perfect just as you were. I'm coming for you, says Elise. BE47 was Beatrice something? Cecil is a deer, but he does not understand that if this machine of ours is to think it must be wise. You cannot compute in a vacuum tube. So I have been feeding in the classics, and of course, he has been releasing them again. Well, dear, I have sealed that option up behind the name of the creation we haven't made yet. Checkmate. Beatrice Dueler is the... Dueler? Oh, shit. Hold on.
Don't give up.
I'm not. Shut up, dude. I'm looking for my frickin' markers. Dueler. Someone remember Dueler. I'll have to use the Steam overlay. Beatrice Dueler. Okay, so now we have her maiden name. So there. It is listed apparently. Okay, I guess we hadn't triggered that yet, or something.
What happened after Calderly died?
His daughter took over. Alice Calderly.
Alice.
But she didn't last long.
Clearly, we're working on that part. We're working on that entire thread.
What happened to her? Where did she go?
I've dug through the records. Her body was never found.
Was her body sucked into the machine?
The daughter disappeared.
But she stole something from the archive, and the thing she stole...
The book.
That's still out there.
And that's what we're trying to find, for some reason. We're getting more answers than questions now, but we still have a lot of questions to find, so... Whatever, man. Okay. Let's see. HP is bothering me too. Hammerstone Press. Founded in 1906 to publish anonymous writing on outlandish topics, relaunched in 1956. So HP 56? Yes, because we're looking for a code that'll crack open all of the books from Hammerstone Press, and we have just gotten a bunch of shit. The Hammerstone imprint came up for sale. Name, rights, and old stock, all the way back to the Hammerstone Manifesto, and including HP-08 and HP-22. LR detested these books so much they got their editor killed. Primitive Man, He Who Remains, The Setup. Utopia Within Reach, The Punch. The publication was needed to finalize the sale, so I built a way to make copies from the machine. Ran out Astral Perplexities. It came out close to QL's original, oddly different. I don't remember the interface. I can't remember if I have to click it to get the... Okay.
Perplexities.
So yes, I have to click it to get the title. Utopia Within Reach.
Utopia Within Reach.
This was huge, man. We just cracked open a bunch of things.
Primitive Man, He Who Remains. The Hammerstone Manifesto.
Okay, so let's all remember HP 56. This does say all the way back to the Hammerstone Manifesto and including HP-08 and HP-22. That makes me think HP-06 is the Hammerstone Manifesto. So HP-06, the Hammerstone Manifesto.
The Hammerstone Manifesto.
But I... Yup. And it automatically just took me there.
Must be ready to
Yup, that was correct.
Which are shocking, which are transgressive, which upset and undermine our understanding of reality itself, without punishing the author of the text for their radical thinking. Hammerstone is named after the effect such writing will have.
Hammerstone Press is first. The idea was to offer anonymous publication, to allow writers to speak without committing their reputation to their work. For 2 years starting in 08, they tried it, and then they faltered. Anonymity turned out to be negotiable. Meanwhile, Dorothea Pemberton was rewriting history, and no one remembers her name. So, excuse me. So Hammerstone Press was sort of like the internet of... sort of today, where like it's getting carved out and, you know, the writers are just looking for a place to write extreme ideas, even if they wouldn't be well received by the community. Is that good or bad? Could be used either way, and we don't know exactly how it was used here in this universe. List exists for this publisher. That's the code I was trying to find. So let's head back so I can get the other Hammerstone Press. We know of 08, but there was another one that 22. We did not know about 22. LR detested these books so much they got their editor killed. I don't know who LR is, but... do we have it? We do not have an LR. So that's a whole other person we haven't even started working on yet. Yeah, I got nothing. All right, let's see what our guy has to say.
If the book we're after was stolen, then it must be possible to get books out, right?
Right. There must be a control command somewhere.
Right, that's what we're ultimately going for. All right, let's check out HP-22. We haven't gone there yet. And I just popped an achievement, FO35, found 35 books. Even though the top right corner says 30, which is curious. So again, the top right corner where it says found, the found must be for like the story ones, the ones that are advancing the game's plot, but things like the Bible maybe, or Treasure Island, maybe those don't count up there. Anyway, Hammerstone's last volume, they shot to fame, then someone shot the editor at a lunch for supporters of Mussolini. The culprit said the recent literary review put them up to it. The volume was pulled and pulped. It might as well have never existed. This comes in via Perplexing Astrology HP 56.
Perplexing Astrology.
Okay, let's just go right to HP 56 and name it then.
Perplexing astrality.
Got it.
Why do we need? Well,
This is root beer, by the way.
to change this world out for another. How long does this change last? Well, as long as it takes for the glow of the words to fade from
Hi,
our
Ledge.
minds.
Thank you for joining the stream. Who
Here's
says
the
Twitch
idea.
is being an asshat?
The more we
It sure
do,
is.
The more truth gets created. What a splendid thing.
Okay, so LR is literary review. Detested these books so much they got their editor killed. I thought we've seen LR. I mean, we've had some codes. Is LR associated with a person? I'm like looking down here now instead of the upper. Oh no, there it is. Literary review. Volumes thought to be present. Volume 44, volume 50. Did we just pop this? Literary review? What was literary review 53? Years of hard debunking has left literary review jaded, but sometimes they get a juicy bone to gnaw. Volume 44 details now Kendrick's research was stolen in the late 20s, and the professor had an inappropriate affair with a student. The man had no shame. In the shadow of a passage, he spills it, garters and all. Hold, please, do we have that one? In the shadow of a passage, we do not. We just have the title. But Kendrick doesn't point fingers at who was the mastermind behind the theft. The review does, Joshua Silverton. They celebrate this in volume 50 as a historical event of timeline significance. Here come the 60s. Okay, that's a lot of information that I need to kind of piece over. So, Professor Kendrick wrote In the Shadow of a Passage. So the question is, do we have something from Kendrick that is not named right now? So we're going to find PK. PK 32. Is that it? In the Shadow of a Passage?
In the shadow of a passage?
Nope.
You're doing great.
Let's go back one. I don't think that was correct. Literary review. There's a number here. I assume... Is this volume 44? Let's try.
Literary Review, Volume 44.
There we go.
Yes, Kendrick was known for his quick wit and a roving eye. But what was less well known was that he was a sucker punch if you smiled at him. The first woman to figure this out was Emma Mayfleur, and she took him to the cleaners.
Now we're starting to know who Emma Mayfleur is. Years of hard debunking has left review jaded. Sometimes I get a juicy bone. Volume 44 details how Kendrick's research was stolen in the late 20s when the professor had an inappropriate affair with a student. The man had no shame. In the shadow of a passage, he spills it, garters and all, but Kendrick does not point the finger at who was the mastermind behind the theft. The review does, Joshua Silverton. They celebrate this in Volume 50 as a historical event of timeline significance. Here come the 60s. So... Literary Review 59 is probably Volume 50 because we've got a 9 here, and if it's one per year, then we're at 53, so 53 plus 6 is 59, and 44 plus 6 is 50, so there we go. So it's got to be that. So we're going to do Literary Review 59. And then this is Volume 50. Volume 50 sets out a new mission for the review. Okay. Your eyes are getting stabbed out from the ads? Or is there something else going on?
Literary Review, Volume 50.
Hopefully the stream is going okay. It seems like it's going okay. Alright, there we go. We're making progress.
Not to be a reflection of what is being produced, but rather a beacon, showing what ought to be made.
Volume 50 sets out a new mission for the review. No more spiritualism, no more talking to the dead with candles and smoke. 1900 values are out. From now on, it's all about science and talking to the dead with telephones and radio sets. Then they start tearing apart the mystics. And first in line, my HP 56. A cheap copy. Well, it's true enough. But I'll live on. They might celebrate, but so can I. This archive's hit a milestone. I'll make a separate entry for that under CC. So CC 59? Boom. The machine is 10 years old today. Oh shit, I feel like we're getting somewhere pretty big on this one.
Alice coldly stole a book from this thing and then vanished.
She's not important. The book, however, is.
What do you mean she's not important? Who the hell is Liam? Liam Neeson needs to get his shit together. This machine is 10 years old today. Recent editions, XY78, extremely old. A signed edition of IA's Rampage, Swords in the Dark. The machine is improving, slowly but steadily. It is more thoughtful in its associations. The truth approaches. As Dorothea Pemberton wrote in her 96 Walk, I see through the walls. Printed pages, all of them. What manner of thing would the mind be had the principle of writing never been discovered? This is like, the machine is this weird cross between current AI and this idea that it's going to just not only eat all of the knowledge in existence as long as you're feeding it books, but it's also going to spit out, and it really actually is an LLM. It's just a large language model. This is freaking nuts. Okay, Cecil. CC11. I am thunderstruck. The machine informs me that the signature on my copy of IA-33 matches that of JS-38. So, IA is the guy who wrote the trash romance, that's Isambard Arklevich. IA-33 is Rampage Swords in the Dark. But it says it matches JS-38, which is Joshua Silverton, and we do not have JS-38 right now. So Joshua Silverton and Isambard Arklevich are the same dude. Yes, a pseudonym for Joshua Silverton. Wow, it is updating the notes as I go. That's flippin' awesome. All right, let's check out JS-38 and XY-78.
Oh, that bastard. He turned you against me, Mayflower. But that wasn't enough. He had to destroy me, my reputation, and mind. Hell hath no pit deep enough, but I suppose he will have written himself into heaven. Look, I know how it works as well as him.
Ledge implies he is at the optometrist watching my stream. I'm okay with this. Tell everyone in the optometrist's office to subscribe to me. It's rare for this archive to file a letter, but this letter, written by Silverton to Kendrick in 1938, is too intriguing to pass up. Her reply from the following year is equally remarkable. 5 years later, JS was dead, with only one more publication to his sorry name. Okay, again, lots of threads. So Kendrick is a girl? I did not realize Kendrick was a girl this whole time. Oh, unless they meant Emma Kendrick. EK? Written by Silverton to Kendrick in 1938 is too intriguing to pass. Her reply from the year later is equally remarkable. So
Okay,
let's try
let's
Emma
see.
Kendrick in 1939? Emma Kendrick 39. No. Not sure. I think I'm going on a wrong... I think I'm on the wrong path.
How does one get a book out of this thing anyway?
That's a very good question. One we should try to answer.
That's what we're working on. Alright, let's try that XY
Oh, back here again.
one, because...
Try something else?
Yeah, XY78. If that's extremely old and that's a new thing for us, I mean, that just helps us out.
When a single man imagines a better future.
On something infinity something? Xavier Youngman wrote Matter in the Dark.
in the dark.
New title. Like he was guessing. He writes this book like he knows, but for him it is too late. If only I could live again, he bemoans, what I might show the world. Pemberton swears this volume changed her life. How she found it is unclear. Pemberton? I thought Pemberton was a guy too. Wait a minute. Oh, wait. Hold on, I'm mixing... Dorothea. Okay, never mind. I'm mixing up all my characters. There's so many names. Pemberton swears this volume changed her life. How she found it is unclear. How does an obscure academic work end up in a child's bookshelf after 18 years? I think she is mistaken, modest, or hiding something. I think Dorothea was the genius and Youngman was the talented amateur. I'm a very visual guy. When I see the picture like this, it clicks who all the characters are, but when it's just names, I have trouble keeping everybody straight. Alright, Beatrice has a code. So Beatrice's special code is BE47. The machine has been behaving very oddly since this book was fed in. It must have given it strange dreams, like cheese does to Cecil. Okay, sure. Alright, so I guess this is Matter in the Dark?
Matter in the dark?
No. He writes this book like he knows, but for him it's too late. If only as swears this volume changed her life. I'm gonna have to go through some of this again.
What happened to this thing after the war ended?
The machine was moved from Bletchley to Manchester, but it disappeared.
Bletchley doesn't sound like a
A few
real
years later,
place.
it's down here. Bigger. More powerful. Hidden.
Built the machine with his wife, Beatrice Dueller, married in 58, wrote a new log entry every 10 years, and one the year before he died. Maybe we should be looking... Maybe I should just start, brute forcing Caesar Calderley's notes. So let's do CC 69. He probably didn't do a 39 because he didn't have the machine going in 39, right? So, CC 69? Another 10 years. The machine is old now, like a friend to me. Recent additions of which I am proud. Most notable JS-24, Greenwalker, and XY-55, all significant in very different ways. I tried to remove Rampage Azimuth Ascending from 39 and couldn't. B will not tell me her password. She says I already know. Women, who can build on such quicksand? Cecil, you may wanna... There is no use trying to hide the truth. Beatrice has left me. Aw, she kept Alice away too. She says I have become a hermit, Quasimodo in his tower, but it is because of what happened with Henry. Hermit is not the worst word she could use for what I am. If I could change this thing about myself, I would, and perhaps with the machine I can. When I was a boy, my mother took me fishing. Or father? Father took me fishing. It was the only time we spent together. We used wicker traps that sat in the river and caught the trout that flickered by. This machine is such a trap. It catches ideas and holds them by the fins, contained and yet wildly alive. So, what does the machine do exactly?
Green
Let's grab this.
Walker.
Because I'm thinking the machine could be changing the past or changing memories or something like that. We still don't have the full story. JS24. Do I have this one yet? I definitely don't have XY55. Nope, this one's new. Ah, we've got some clues. Joshua Silverton, a 21-year-old Yorkshireman, tries to join up cognitive science and astrophysics and keeps getting stuck on God. Semiotic assertions is the result.
Semiotic assertions.
That might be his first one. CRA 2 years later, making a much better fist at it. Silverton knew he didn't have the stuff. A few years later, he's resorting to theft to make his name. Not something a Manchunian would ever do. I don't know what that means. Okay, so we at least have a title for Joshua Silverton, and he was on the younger side
All right,
when he wrote that. So... Okay, so if he was born in 03, then it would be 24. JS24 then is the one we're on. So maybe it just is semiotic assertions.
All right then. Semiotic assertions.
They don't normally give us the title within the same page. But sometimes...
out into space, one sees the majesty of the cosmos, and you can't help but think, that's so small, what good is it? And yet, who made the statement? It wasn't the monkeys.
What? Okay. Got it. So his viewpoint is just that humans are smart, or at least clever enough to make technology, which we all knew. This isn't exactly groundbreaking stuff.
How did it get down here?
You've been down there for a while, Abby.
What? Yeah, we still don't know who we are. We just woke up when we started dicking with the machine.
So, how come I'm down here and you're not?
You're the specialist. If you can't find what we're after, no one can.
Yeah, Liam's full of shit. I can't wait to figure out what this is all about. Alright, so RA did something 2 years later, so that would be RA26. Easy peasy. I finally found it. Reverend Alfonso drawing dark matter entanglement and theology together. I fed in the Bible already because, in my view, it must all be connected if any of it is true. RA lived for 100 years, like a reward, dying in 63. Did he meet PK? Probably not. Kendrick would have looked through him. Alright, so let's go back a couple. Let's go back to Cecil Calderly 69 and try to get the information on the other XY, because we don't have that one yet. XY55. Youngman's first book, short, simple, and obsessed with the observation of Mars through poor-quality telescopes. DME isn't mentioned. How could it be? Then, Youngman idly suggests that he sees more on rereading his own text than was initially present. Many years later, he looked deep into that pool. Another milestone for me. I'll have to file another of my decade markers. Also, Latour is quite wrong. I don't know what most of that meant, but we do have a code to work with. Not bad for someone born in the 18th century, even if only just. Someone was born in the 1700s? 1799 or whatever? So he really is one of the oldest writers here. Youngman, that is, ironically. Okay, so is this the green one? What was it, Green Walker?
Green Walker?
No, incorrect. This is where I'm having trouble sussing out. Where I'm having trouble sussing out exactly the logic behind the book title versus the code.
Tell me how you found this place.
All right. Some people grow up with Narnia and Wonderland. I grew up with this place, with stories of a better world, held within the dreams of a machine.
Okay.
Who told you these stories? Your dad?
No. My mother. Beatrice.
Your mum built this?
She designed its memory, apparently. She made it sound like magic. The other machines could store a few lines, and this thing could hold entire libraries. Every dot of a printed picture.
She must have been smart.
She was.
Beatrice Dooley.
So, if your mum built this thing, how come you don't know how it works?
They were stories. I didn't really know they were true.
Okay.
So, what brings you down here now?
Mum told me the machine was underground, but not where. I was tracing power currents, old lines that no one else knows are there. I only just found it.
Your mum didn't want you to come down here.
She didn't like this place. She said it killed her first husband and took her daughter away.
First husband.
It killed your dad.
Not my dad. My dad came along after Cecil died.
What was your dad's name?
Henry.
Second time we've seen that reference.
I don't know my dad's name.
So is Beatrice's name her second husband's name? Is there a Henry Dougler or whatever her name is? Dougler? We have so many threads to unpack, man. Okay, everything is suspect, I agree. Okay, we cracked open a bunch of information with the academic... Wait, no, I want CC-79. That's the next thing I want to do. If that even exists. I want to keep tracing Cecil's stuff, because if Cecil is leaving notes every 10 years, that's probably going to crack open a lot. I have told him, the little one, that Henry is his father. It's better this way, I think. So... she's lying, the way she said that. My husband wrote a card like this every 10 years to celebrate this precious archive of his. He cannot do it today because he is lying in God's own archive under the ox-eye daisies of Highgate Cemetery. It's his time at Bletchley that got him a plot. I'm sure he and Marks have been arguing these past 2 years. So he died in 77. I know, dear, I have tagged this wrong, but then you wrote one for me, didn't you? For our issue. Dear Heart Alice has expressed an interest in taking over. I will try to dissuade her. It is a waste of a life. She is only 18. She still listens to me for the moment. My darling Cecil, rest in peace. For all your demons, you are a good man to me. But I hope you knew why I had to leave. I will read through these cards to hear your voice one last time before I go. CC-76 last. And then, once I have gone, I will never come back. And I hope time buries this terrible place in dust and rubble. I'm writing this early because I'm getting weaker. I feel myself slipping. My mind has always been my rock. I feel vertigo. At first I thought a book had poison on the pages, as in the tale of Dubin from AG-04 and AD-45 too. But no, it is more serious than that. I know from my research that words create a potential which can be realized. That is why the books in the archive are destroyed as they are ingested. That's why this machine must be kept secret. These books may be studied, cautiously, yes, but they must not be closely observed. And then he wrote, how has it come to this? All for one man, whose mind I never respected anyway. It is the height of foolishness. The correct pattern for life was so plain for all to see. All I had to do was confront it. Conform to it? Conform to it. So Cecil figured out the truth toward the end, maybe? At least what he wanted to get out of life, but he probably learned it too late. And he had made this machine to try to get to one person's mind. I forget which one it was, but I do remember that in the beginning of the story, we learned that a lot of this was to get information on how one of the characters thinks. So maybe at the end, Cecil realized it was pointless.
You still there?
Still here. Waiting.
Liam, shut the fuck up. I will get to it when I get to it. Alright, we're going to try AG04 and AD45 so we know what's going on with those. Title, The 1001 Nights. I've been unable to satisfy myself with exactly who wrote this book or when. It is infuriating, indexing old books because they do not have authors. Instead, they seem to assemble themselves over time. How can one build on such quicksand? I have indexed The 1001 Nights under the name and date of its European translator, despite this most definitely being incorrect. I find myself, like the Sultan himself, thoroughly dissatisfied by this outcome. Isn't The 1001 Nights, isn't that like where certain tales came from, like Aladdin's lamp and that kind of thing? I could be mixing some stuff up. It doesn't matter. Let's load previous and take the other link. AD45. Title is Queen Margot. A woman's strength lies not in her physical prowess, but in her ability to manipulate and strategize. Dumas's Queen Margot is full of villainy and plot and assassination. Poisonings abound. It is a romp, no more, no less. BE47 adores it. Cecil is dear, but he does not understand that if this machine of ours is to think, then it must be wise. You cannot compute in a vacuum tube, so I have been feeding in the classics, and of course, he has been releasing them again. Well, dear, I have sealed that option up, behind the name of the creation we haven't made yet. Checkmate, Cecil. Beatrice Dueller is the cleverest woman alive, and also surely the most beautiful. I can only hope she does not find the sanitation before I ask her to finally marry me.
Some of these sources seem more important than others.
Obviously.
There are books referenced here that don't exist anywhere else. Books from previous revisions, stored here. Somehow. Permanently.
Have we gotten the name of Liam yet? Like his real name? Is that his real name? Alright, whatever. Wrote an incredible paper on 29 on DME, quantum conceptuals in nature. Followed up with a terrible paper. What changed? Let's check these two again. I want to see if I can get the title for JS31.
What we do not see is, by definition,
Lightning from a clear sky. It's impactful, revolutionary, revelatory, impossible, fabulous. He's basically mixing DP96, that's Dorothea Pemberton, and Le Marchant, using early quantum mechanics to pull it all together. So make it and read it. You know, I kept kind of glancing over that. I'm starting to wonder something. So notice here where it says load previous, PREV is all in capital letters. I bet you there's a command in the machine to make something. Like, you can make a book, which is what this is. That's why it's in capital letters. When we first encountered this, I assumed make was just a stressor, you know, so make it, you know, an exclamation. But I bet you this is in all caps because this is a command that the machine will eventually be able to do. Maybe we'll be able to make the book that we're looking for. Reverend Alfonso, R.A., lived to 100 years old. Academic Journal says he wrote a masterpiece. So we may have a title for that, because the journal gave us several titles. Lived to 100 years old. Let's see if we have a journalism link from here. Nope. Dying in 63. Did he meet PK? Probably not. Kendrick would have looked right through him. PK 63? No. RA 63? There we go. We got something. My God, he dances. Okay. Born 1863, died 1963. My God, he dances. So...
You're doing great.
We already had that title, but I don't know what it belongs to. Unless it's this. Is this My God, He Dances?
My God, he dances.
There we go.
My God, he is a poet. How the gaps between the lines define the world.
Okay. What does that get us? Author index. Does everyone have an author index? Surely not. That would make this game way too easy. We've got everything from him because his picture's filled out now. Died in 24. No, not everyone gets an author index unless he...
Remember that gaps contain
Wait.
more
Do they get their author index on the year they're born?
She saw it all. 14 over 18 lines as structure.
68. Oh shit. Okay. So Lemerchant's, if you get an author index when you're born, that could explain why we've been getting ages this whole time. So 24 minus 68 is... I can't do that in my head. I hate that I can't do that in my head. I feel fucking dumb that I can't do that in my head, but I can't do that in my head. 1924 minus 68 puts us at 1856. So QL 56. Oh my God, if everybody has an author index, that is gonna crack all of this open. Holy shit. So revisions, notes, and discoveries. The third one is astral perplexities. Why is that like that? Well, whatever. Okay, so astral perplexities. That just cracked a lot of this open. If everybody has an author index the year that they are born, then we can start getting all sorts of titles and crap for everybody.
It is known that the universe is the aggregate of all observations made by...
That's really clever, that he was born until he was 100. That's how you stumble on the fact there's an author index, and then you have to logic out that it's based on the birth year and not the death year.
But the alteration of conscious thought by unconscious means can affect meaningful, unnegative change.
But I bet you that does not apply to certain things like the journal. But it doesn't matter, because now we've got other information. We've got Dorothea Pemberton here. Died in 1911. 1996, she wrote something. Or 1896, when she was 15, so she was born in 81, so DP 81 is probably her author index. Not DP 11. Not DP 11. Logic, baby! An image in the water, irrationals, endnotes in the dreams I walk. So and we've got all of those coded, so she's good. We've got her index now. So even if I've got their picture fully done, even if I have their picture fully done, there still may be more information, and her birth year has now been updated. So anyone who we've got a death year and an age, we can work backwards and get their birth year, which is obvious, but also their author index. So JS was born in 03, so JS 03. And that'll probably be his author index. Boom! I am so smart, and we've got ourselves a freaking title we didn't have.
Of Galileo.
All right, so we're gonna find JS again.
All right then.
And this is probably the pen of Galileo. It doesn't list everything, it only shows the books. But
the pen of Galileo.
That's going to be a lot of information that we're banging out. Yup, here we go. Oh, I'm so proud of myself for figuring this out.
They're discovered, found, they emerge from doodles and afterthoughts as we have been when we're walking about the place. It's as natural as breathing.
Okay. Kendrick's 1932 work, but we've got it. Yeah, we are banging out a lot of these now. All right, so let's start banging out anything where we have a birth year. Born 1961 is Elise Calderly. Does she have an author index? I kind of doubt it, but... yeah, because she's not a writer, so she wouldn't have an author index. The author indexes are going to be limited to the people who actually wrote books for us, for the machine. Hammerstone Press may even have something, but no, probably not, because we already did HP06. We still haven't found the command to unlock their lists yet. Published debut novel in aged 47. Married Emma in 1944. Committed to an asylum in 1975. Was PK-32 Pink and Kendrick's debut novel? Or was this just a paper? Kendrick's first publication on dark matter and its perception is heavy, intense, reminiscent of Silverton's 1929 work, but more ambitious. Then Kendrick Goes Mad follows up with a novel, PK-36. I got it years ago. Okay, so 36 is his novel. So 36 minus 47 is 89? It's so embarrassing when I'm doing frickin'... okay. I'm using my calculator for this. Okay, 1936 minus 47 is 89. So PK-89 if debut novel is referring to time and temporality. So PK-89. If it's not, if it's referring to his first publication at all, never mind, we got it. Dark Matter and the Veil.
Dark Matter and the Veil.
Now we know what the title of that one is. All right. Oops. Stop. Didn't mean to go there. Have to go here. Shut up.
Dark Matter and the Veil.
Got it. The universe is more than the sum of its
The
components. I don't have
universe
to
is
read
more
this.
than
It's
the
voice
sum of its
acted.
components, but the rest being dark, energies, and potential left over from creation. Our universe is not an object under glass, but an uncompleted thing.
Kendrick's first publication on dark matter and its perception is heavy, intense, reminiscent of Silverton's work. Right, we got that already. Okay. Okay. Dude, we are moving a little bit now. Pierre Latour, 1898, PL 98. I bet we can get his author index. Oh man, that would be huge to get his. Okay, or not, because he's only got one. Got it? That's fine. Well, I'm glad we filled out his gravestone. Our Frenchman. Okay, Ursula Latour, UL 42. Does she have an author index? Yes, but only one. We're getting the code number for them too, which helps as well. Xavier Youngman died 1881. We don't know when he was born. If we did, we could get his author index. We've done a pretty good job hunting down a lot of these. One thing that's interesting here, Pink and Kendrick has an asterisk next to his author index, which means something, we missed something on that. I was so excited about getting the title, I probably didn't look carefully. He died in 1980. Yes, we are missing something here. Well, just looking off the links, PK32, 36, 37, this is probably either 38 or 39, so let's just try both. 39.
Listen, people. I know it sounds outlandish,
I read the others, but this one is clearly all true. An accusation wrapped in a novel like a flimsy disguise. A young student finds a notebook from a dying university professor in his pigeonhole, out dining a principle that can change reality itself. But before he can make sense of it, it's stolen from him, and things around him begin to change. Until one day, a young woman comes to sell it back to him. Hold that thought, because I need to get Eliza's code. Did Kendrick make this true? Did he dream this after his world had changed like an echo? Is it fiction when it all happened? I can't keep it straight. How does this machine stay sane? So yes, we're starting to... This is what we theorized. When this machine either changes the books, which then change reality, or there's just... Maybe that's what the make command is for. Maybe there's a way it will make a book, it will make a revision, which then changes the world. And so if you get a book from a revision and feed it back into the machine, of course the machine's going to get confused about which is actually a revision and which one is the truth. So the people who are using the machine are trying to untangle that as well. Okay. So this is AL12.
Okay, let's see.
Right, no, it's not AL12. What is this? PK39. All right. So this one is PK39. We don't have a title. We're going to go back to the author index for just a second. Doom comes to the doctorate, so that must be what that one is, right? Hold on, wait a minute. Because I think that's the one we haven't found yet. Yeah. So we're going to head back to PK39 and do Doom and the doctorate. It's either that one or In the Shadow of a Passage.
Doom comes to the doctorate.
There we go.
Listen, she says. I know it sounds outlandish, but it's simple, really. We've all been doing it for years here and there by accident. I just bottle it, if you like, and I'll give it to you for a price.
Okay. I mean, we're cutting through all of the unknown titles we've got. Anything that... I should be looking... Do we have everyone's author index? Anyone who has an author index, I believe we have all their works named. That's what I was looking at next. Yes. Died 1881. Do we know when he was born? So is our character the machine? It could be. Maybe we are some sort of connected thing to the machine, and that would explain why we're the only ones who can really use it this way. What? We're breaking free of our programming. Exactly, Akamura. Oh! Born in the 18th century, even if only just, maybe, even if he was born 1799, does that mean XY99 is a thing? Yes! And that gets us our titles.
On the intangibility of matter.
And now we have both his titles, so intangibility is probably 78.
When a single man imagines a better future,
On the intangibility of matter.
Boom!
When a single man imagines a better future, he does not expect it to come to pass. But when 100 men do the same, when their wives and their children imagine it too, that future is all but guaranteed. Make no mistake, the world is the sum of our beliefs.
So even Xavier thought that there was some sort of power to imagination. Maybe the machine makes it literally true. Matter in the dark, right? Was that it?
Matter in the dark.
Words are entangled with the concepts that they embody, and with the conscious preconceptions that animate those concepts. Thus, words have a power to create as well as to describe.
So Xavier Youngman believed that words by themselves could help trigger imagination or even change reality.
All right then.
Which is probably what led to this machine being built in the first place. So now we're down to just two codes that I don't have, HP08 and HP22, which are both from the press, the Hammerstone press. We don't know how many more issues there are, if there are any. Let's start with 08 and see if we can suss out the titles.
no one listens to make you seem the same.
From the same year as Dorothea Pinkerton's Irrationals. We already dealt with that. That's... yeah, 08. That got us that hymn. Okay, battle lines are drawn. Red against white. How is the world to be made better? Harried from behind or running on ahead? The writer of Doom Theoretics is too stupid to say. Here are his theories of educational distraction, the flatness of the world, the falsity of clouds. Okay, so probably this is Doom Theoretics.
Doom Theoretics.
There we go. TI 35. We've got 35 titles.
No one listens. To make a statement is to remove an idea from the pool like a tooth from the mouth, because any statement uttered is less likely to be believed than any statement arrived at independently. Thus, to change minds
and change them we surely must. It is imperative we state things we know to be false as loudly and boldly as possible, so as to drive the stubborn proletariat towards the truth.
This is a little too accurate to real world politics right now. Okay, so that means we're down to just HP 22.
There will be fire. Certainly.
Hammerstone's last volume. They shot to fame. Then someone shot the editor at a lunch. For supporters of Mussolini. This copy comes in via perplexing astrality. HP 56. Culprit. So the recent literary review put them up to it. The volume was pulled and pulped. It might well have never existed. Let's head back to HP 56. See if I got a clue there.
Why do... Well, look elsewhere. To change this world out...
LR detested these books so much they got their editor killed. Primitive Man, He Who Remains the setup. Utopia Within Reach, the punch. So I bet you Utopia the Reach.
Utopia Within Reach.
Was that one.
There will be
Got
fire,
it.
Certainly. There will be the smell of brimstone itself. But to reach for perfection is to discard imperfection. And when I look around, I see nothing but imperfection. I declare, cut it out.
Right. So
Okay,
we're probably not
let's
done with
see.
Hammerstone Press. There's got to be one more, which we know. We just don't know which year it is, but it's the one that is, I assume, in the shadow of a passage. Wait, which one was it? Primitive Man, He Who Remains the setup. So Primitive Man, He Who Remains was right before Utopia Within Reach. So if Utopia Within Reach is 22, then we can work backwards. It would either be HP 21 or working backwards. So let's go with HP 21 and just work backwards. There we go. Wow, I could have just gone the other way. So this is in the shadow of
The shadow of a passage?
Right? No. Which one was this? Primitive Man, He Who Remains.
Primitive Man, He Who Remains.
There we go. All sources by Hammerstone Press identified.
While parts of mankind have moments of sophistication, vast swatches of us are more than content to sit in our caves, scratching our noses and picking fleas out of our beards. Meat, we devour it. Sunlight, we bathe in it. We are fetid little creatures, make no mistake.
Humanity is a fetid little creature. This book outlines the ways our cave-dwelling, animal-clubbing forebears are still very much alive today, acting through us. Distasteful stuff. No wonder the writer hid their name. Otherwise, it is 10 years to the day since this project began. The machine is so different now. I will make a new CC so I can remember its birthday. So that was CC 59.
Okay, let's
So
see.
CC 49 was definitely the start of it. Would Beatrice have helped? Okay, if she co-built the machine, and the machine was built in 49, would Beatrice Dueler have something in 1949 for us to work off? And would she even have been Beatrice Dueler? Hey!
It's much better than what the Manchester boys are up to. I'd better not say that to Henry, I suppose.
I'm writing this after hours. Cecil acts like this is his machine. Men, always compensating for what nature did not grant them. He thinks the machine will understand die for him. Oh, DME for him. Without a proper grounding in literature? Absurd. Fish must swim in the sea. And
Okay,
we've got ourselves
let's
a code to
see.
work with. I have fed in OW90 as a gift. I will add more when I can. OW90. The Picture of Dorian Gray, Oscar Wilde. It is the curse of the age that one thing that is worth living for is the thing that is most dangerous to the soul. Devastating. Okay, that doesn't help us, and it didn't change our found and named numbers. So those numbers in the top right corner, the only thing that matters for those are the things that advance the plot. So this was a fun little Easter egg, but not what we really wanted. We still have an asterisk here for Latour. See if we can hunt that one down.
I'm not saying I was the greatest hero.
Funny, Tragic, and Vainglorious showcases the power and genius. Principle of DME he claims was perfected by his resistance cell. No evidence, of course. He says Kendrick's work was weaponized by a young woman in their inner circle. His identity is unstated, but the machine has made that secret very clear to me. Not clear to me, but then she published an account of it last year, which is so 1980, Confession Day, under her maiden name, of course, now that the husband is dead. Okay, that we can sort of work with a little bit. So now that we've got more clues, we didn't have clues back then. She published an account of it last year, Confession Day, under her maiden name, now that the husband is dead. Is it Emma Mayflair? EM80? There we go. And then this one is Confession Day.
Confession Day.
My husband is dead.
Well, now we know who Emma LaFleur is.
Is that shocking? I'm shocked. I lived with him for so many years. Now I wonder if my life could have been very different. When I was a young woman, I was in love with a man with a brilliant mind. He had such dazzling ideas. To listen to him talk was like watching a firework display. And then one day, I was in love with Kendrick, as though the whole story of my life had been rewritten.
The revision, maybe.
No, I'm not sorry that he is dead. I understood his dark work. Damn it, but I understood it better than him.
Emma Mayflair slid herself into France in 1938. She was there when the Reich rolled in, and she fought them, using every trick she knew.
You're doing great.
Strange, considering I think she was supposed to be in love with Kendrick in London at the time. She's meant to have married him in 44. Perhaps she is lying, or there's two of them, or the revision is messing with all of this. Oops. That's not what I meant to do.
Another car. Closer this time.
We must be getting somewhere if they're doing, if Liam has more plot to give us. Or my father was right and DMEs are real. The machine has found them. The machine has created them, like tearing open a space. I think I'm beginning to see through the walls, and it hurts a little more each day. Is this what happened to you, Dad? Is this why Mom had to leave before my brother was born? Okay. So this is not the only thing she's written. We only have EM80 for her. We're definitely coming to the end of the game. But, I mean, I've got 6 titles that I have no codes for and very few threads to keep following. The Ideals of the King? I don't even remember what that one was. I had to show the Ideals of the King to the machine. It talks like nothing
power surge
matters.
must have made us visible.
I have to show it.
They're here. They're right here.
And heft and passion, the way a word can be wielded.
I can't hear anything.
The crypt you're in is pretty well buried. They're almost on top of me. I don't know how long I can stay on the line.
My mother was so hard toward on him toward the end. I know he retreated from her, but she felt betrayed by it. But what else could he do?
Liam, you can't leave me.
Listen, Abby. If I disappear, just keep going. Find End Piece and destroy it, every record. Delete the whole damn archive if you have to.
Don't go. I don't know what I'm doing here.
Abby, I was never down there with you anyway. You've been on your own this whole time. Just keep going.
I don't know what shallot 35 means.
Liam? Liam!
Damn it. They're here. Don't forget what I told you, Abby. And don't let anyone tell you different.
We still don't know who these people are or what's going on. I mean, I'm sure we're right at the corner, or like right around the corner from it. I just realized I've been doing CC11, and I don't think we ever actually found a CC11. We need to go to one where Cecil's code is definitely not there, and then try CC11 and see if it jumps to that page.
They move like woodlice.
Like here, there is no CC11.
In society.
Something was substituted. I don't know why that never occurred to me to do. Cecil Calderly is the genius who began work on this machine in 1943. Although he admits it was the QM55 of Beatrice which brought it to life. The QM55? He also has on good authority the most damned fine mustache of any man his age. What a dash! It's like I am the best YouTuber / Twitcher that no one has, that very few people have subscribed to, which is why you should subscribe to me here on Twitch / YouTube. Good thing this machine can separate truth from fantasy. Hardy har har. Okay, we're gonna go to QM55 because I don't think we've got that one yet.
Quantum state storage will allow us to compress all the information.
Beatrice Dueler?
Not just words and characters, but the loops and swirls of handwriting too, into an efficient electronic form.
Quantum compress all information of the index. Okay. At Cecil's request, I have fed a copy of the design into the machine. It can now understand itself, or so it claims. It does seem to work better now, oddly enough. So you're teaching an AI on itself to learn from itself to make itself learn better, including things for itself? This isn't going to go wrong at all. I have run various tests. I am now convinced. This paper of BD's has the property, under the constant observation of the machine, of creating a DME effect that results in its own validation. In short, this... Oh, that's outside my... I thought that was a noise in the game. In short, this system, this machine, works because it works, and the machine itself is the proof. Marvelous. Great way to hand wave away the ridiculousness. I wonder why Beatrice Dueler did something under QM. Quantum mechanics? I'm kind of running out of ideas here. How do we have an asterisk on this author index? What have I missed here? So there's another PK. There's a PK between 39 and 74. I don't want to try to brute force that one just because of how many there are. Let's go to PK 74 and see if we can work backwards. See if there's a clue in there that gets us somewhere.
He reads the letter, and it is like pepper on his eyes.
That's a good line.
He clutches at his face. Still there, he thinks. Like hatred, boiled down to little bits, small enough to snort. A foul cocaine.
The plot. A professor reads an ancient book, but it is a weapon, and it eats his mind from the inside. His wife cannot help him. The whole thing is told by the professor himself, as his mind folds up on itself. It ends mid-sentence, with the professor apologizing to his wife for doing the same to her years before. A year after publication of this maniac book, Pinkin Kendrick was committed to a year after the publication, so 75. Pinkin Kendrick was committed to the institution where he later died. Why? Unclear. His widow only said it was a deeply personal matter, but if this archive proves anything, it is that all matter is personal. Nothing exists outside of the people who observe it. For example, 2 years later, her novel is about a nurse tending to victims of an insane war. I miss you, Dad. I did a catalog card under AC if you can read them. Let's hold off on that. 2 years later, her novel is about a nurse tending toward victims. So that'd be 76. Is that his widow? 2 years later, her novel is about a nurse tending to victims in an insane war. So that's going to take us to 76. The question is, who is her? It's Emma, right? Married Emma in 44. So it's either Emma Pinkerton or Emma Mayfleur. So it's E-M or E-K. EK 77, 2 years after he was committed. There we go. The heroine of Kendrick's last novel is a plucky young academic turned war nurse who turns the table against the Reich in... What the fuck? In her web, she still delights to weave the mirror's magic sights. Who are you? The machine is taking over, everybody! In her web, she still delights to weave the mirror's magic delights. Tell me, who are you now? In her web, she still delights. Who are you? Tell me now. Cecil? Beatrice? AB81. Wait a minute, who's AB81? Tell me, who are you now? What if I do nothing? Abby, AB81 is Abby. Okay, we'll say we're Abby. Abby, it's Abby, XX00.
Hey, that's my name.
Okay. The fuck is happening, man? IT-15? I can't quite tell Cecil. I don't quite follow the rest of this. I don't... It wants me to add a title to it? What? Tell Cecil. That's what these two are. Tell Cecil. I don't know what the rest of these are. I guess let's start from the beginning. End piece? Wait a minute, we found end piece?
Given space to be seen, is heard, and rejoice, for we find the heart open and the sky closed.
Okay, EK77 is end piece, apparently.
End piece?
I don't know what I'm gonna do about that, but okay. BO04 and 71. Osmond and Esther. Detective.
Sit down the end.
So there is someone else here.
What the fuck?
I thought there must be.
Hello? Who's that? Who's speaking?
Oh, my name isn't important. My rank. That matters.
Your rank? You're a soldier?
14th Battalion. Domestic Counterinsurgency Unit. So you see, it'll be completely legal, whatever we do here.
Okay. Detective,
listen to me. Your friend's dead.
Okay, great.
Now, wherever you are, show yourself, and you can join him.
What?
My God, you really did it.
You might even have his blood in your hair. It went all over.
My hair? Am I the machine? And hair is referring to my wires?
What is wrong with you?
You're right. I'm suffering doing this job. Come out and make it easy for me.
Am I Endpiece?
Maybe. I'm a ghost.
Haven't killed you yet.
Detective Hank Matterhorn looked left, and then he looked right. No cars coming, he thought, as he stepped off the curb and onto the unmarked asphalt. Just how I liked it. He had never been one for the by-the-book policing. Certain elements remind me of LR00. Let's try that one. Discovered
He screamed
literary
when I shot
V1.
him, you know. But he was a nice guy. He turned his little microphone off so you wouldn't have to hear.
What do you mean you shot him? You can't just shoot people.
I can, actually. Out here. This is a forbidden zone. Which you ought to know, since you're in it.
I bet you were the machine.
I might not be.
Of
I'm
some
using your
kind.
friend's microphone right now. It isn't any good. Shitty little battery pack. Can't be broadcasting more than what? 10? 20 feet?
This index has no source. I can't find literary review number 1. Printed
I'll tear
yearly
this place
from
apart if I have to.
1900
Beautiful
by...
building. You wouldn't want me to do that.
Printed yearly from 1900 by a small press, except for during the 2 Great Wars. It's been eaten the old-fashioned way, by time. The machine suggests what it contained. A mission statement, like the one in LR-59. Notable things from that year: Pemberton, adverts for Ouija boards, candles, and photography materials. Should I find a copy, I will feed it in. List exists for this publisher, which we still don't have.
You'll never find me.
Let's make a bet, shall we? Bet your life? Can't bet your friends.
This soldier is a sociopath.
Bet your whole world.
Stake whatever you want. I'll take it from you. Talk to me now. Don't be shy. I know you're down there.
You do what you have to.
I will. I can't be far from you. Just the other side of this wall? Or that one?
Love this dude's voice.
Okay,
All right.
let's see.
Okay, we've got to work backwards from where we were, because that was a lot of stuff. So, born Emma Mayfleur, unknown name, fell in love with PK after reading his 37 novel, married Kendrick and took his name in 1944. So we got that much. But why is all of her name unknown? Born Emma Mayfleur, but we don't know who she is. And then we have a secondary folder on her where she actually has the EM. Where did we leave off? I don't believe it was End Piece. What was the Abby one? Abby was AB81, right? Yeah, that takes us to XX00. What?
So
Abby?
you're alone. It must be getting harder and harder to persuade people to take your side. The thing rebels forget is that people like to obey the law.
What, Abby? No. Tell NE30, tell Cecil. NE30, need? What Abby need? Tell Cecil, need help,
Strange
tell
thing.
Cecil.
I know you can hear me. But when I send out a signal, I can't hear it. turn up your volume, would you?
Fuck off. Abby, tell Cecil what Abby need help. So this has been changed.
Where are you? I know you're here. You're hiding in the rubble somewhere.
Cecil,
like a rat.
Abby, tell what
like an injured dog.
Need help. Source entered 50. Archive. I have a feeling we could probably end the game somewhat here.
You're dedicated. I'll give you that.
Make
You've buried
data
yourself
source,
alive down there.
Wipe
for
data
what?
source.
For a cause that's as good as dead?
So there's probably two endings, whether we make end peace or just wipe everything completely. Probably. Would be my guess. Okay. We left off somewhere that I was reading and got completely thrown aside, so I'm trying to get back to where we were before.
You know, I'm grateful to you. In the early days of Renewal, it was easy to find people like you.
Renewal?
Now, you're pretty rare. I have friends who've had to quit the business. Can't catch a break.
Let's head back to Emma's EK-77 for a second. If nothing else, I can start taking links from it. It implies this is end piece because the title keeps popping up. However...
End piece?
I guess if the
There's
book...
There's one book.
There it goes.
Between you and Oblivion.
I don't know why it didn't work
Just
the first
one.
time.
It won't work. I heard what your friend said, but you can't destroy the Book of Resurrection. It writes itself.
I need to destroy EK-77.
Watch me.
Tell me where you are.
The heart sees more than the eye. The eye can be made to see, and what it is given space to be seen is heard and rejoiced, for we find the heart open and the sky closed.
You think this goddamn book of yours can't be destroyed? Because I think it can.
Try, if you like. Cheer while you do it, so I can hear you.
That's it. So this was what we were reading when we were interrupted. The heroine of Kendrick's last novel is a plucky young academic turned war nurse who turns the tables against the Reich in Vichy, France by leading a rebellion of the injured and the sick and the dead. The second half gets psychedelic. Pure fantasy, as Kendrick herself later acknowledged in the retrospective in the Literary Reviews Volume 72. But it comes from a place of deep humanity and raises a mirror to the dark machine of the Vietnam War. It was popular, more popular than Doomwild, but it's hard to find.
I figure you must be close enough that you can smell his blood.
That's a good taunt. Speaking of fantasy, what is the point of continuing here? This will be my last card. I can't do it, Father. Whatever it was, it died with you. And then she came back. That was in 1965. 85. Which we knew. We knew that's when she abandoned the archive, and then she eventually came back. Okay, so let's try to hunt down Literary Review 72. Because that's just simple math. Literary Review... 59 was 50, so subtract 9, so yeah. No, add 9 to the literary review number to get the year. So 72, add 9 to that is 81. So LR 81. And then Literary Review
Volume
72.
72.
There we go.
The idea that we might bring someone back from the dead has always fascinated the human mind, to unwrite that most final of writings. It was the death of the man I truly loved that made me think of him, and the Marchand's work showed me the way. And it worked. I knew almost as soon as it was published.
Literary Review interviews the 72-year-old Emma Kendrick as though they hadn't been as though they hadn't tried to discredit her 16 years before. She's worked them over and they don't even know it. Oh, and they mentioned us, the only known copy of Young Man's 1978 work on the intangibility of matter is in the private archive of one Cecil Calderley. Didn't do any research, clearly. My first proper card, Dad. I hope I've done it right. I did a log first. 99? So she came back in 99. She doesn't mention her late husband. She does hint a new one's coming in, but she knows what she's got. She knows what her book can do. Christ, Dad. It wasn't an accident. She knew. Did she send PK mad as well? Or was that someone else? His own 74 account blames it on a book. I guess I could believe that now. So PK74 is a thing. We'll have to come back here. There's more information to be had.
Reads the letter.
Oh, that's... yeah, we did that already. Hold on, let's go back on.
The idea that we might bring someone back from the dead is always
So,
fascinating. Unlike that
if
big
she
final
came back in
conflict,
1999,
it was the death of the man I truly loved.
found a letter written the year she left when she came back. Let's try AC 99. What the fuck? Stop it. Is AC 81 a thing? Apparently, I didn't mean for that one, but okay. I stumbled on that one. My mother does not want me to, but my father hoped I would. He often invited me to the library. I've read most of it. It is part of me already. I have begun already. Looking ahead, I must make decisions. Take decisions? What should be included? My father believed that what was left out of an archive was as significant as what was included, with a few exceptions based on his interests. He once even made me a maze for my birthday after Mom left him. I wonder if I will decide like a scientist, choosing and testing, or like an artist, adding one dab of paint at a time. I will need to read, I think. Okay. All right, Alice. I see now I added a lot of noise, and one book so important it made me shiver to think that I might have missed it. Possibly end piece. There's probably another literary review out there that we don't have yet. Let's go to 72 for a second and see if I can find the number it might be.
You still there, soldier boy? Nah. He's gone. Given up.
I don't think he's given up.
Chicken shit.
Okay.
Or else he's coming back with dynamite and a digger.
Yeah,
tear this place to bits.
Not taunt the soldier who's keen on killing you. Seems like a terrible idea.
Come on, Abby. Get it done.
She has another husband. Did she marry the guy she was actually in love with? Fell in love with PK after reading his book. She wrote break code? Wait. I guess the Emma Kendrick files kind of united now. I guess that's what's going on. Emma Kendrick, born 1909, born Emma Mayfleur. I wonder if she's got an author index. She probably doesn't, but I guess I could try it. EM09 and EK09. Let's see if either of those get me anywhere. Hey, we got one. Dead voice.
Dead voice.
Born in 1909. I don't have... So there's 3 associated codes here. But she also did Dead Voice, Doomwild, and Greenwalker. We just don't know where those are. They're going to be here somewhere. One ends in a 2. So... Okay. Emma Kendrick. Give me more information, please. Okay, so we're going to go to issue 17 and try to figure out who wrote Internal Oversight.
has gone, the sun shines down on these
Here Latour, blah blah blah.
Persevered.
He edited them all. Eventually writes a full account. After that, they accuse Isambard Arklevich of writing under a pseudonym and of ignoring 1,000 years of research into ley lines in his Rampage series. They finally report on Thaddeus Dexter's internal oversight. Okay, so TD. And what was the year? TD-41? TD-41. Finally, we've got Thaddeus Dexter cracked. I wondered where we even got his frickin' name from. So this is internal oversight.
Internal oversight.
Now we've cracked another. We are so close, man. And this is the only one by him for some reason.
The words we speak have the power to rewrite another's heart. The words we write have the power to rewrite the world. To wield such power is ungodly. But when power exists,
Did I even put that on camera? It's water.
Guard yourself. Keep your words close and do not wield without will.
Reviewed in issue 17 of the journal. Find dark matter in the veil. See if this relates.
Okay, let's see.
Dark matter in the veil was PK32, which we already cracked completely. Okay. So Dead Voice, Doomwild, and Greenwalker are all books from Emma Kendrick, but we don't know when they happened. We can only surmise based on where the links are located and if she changed her name. EM is Emma Mayfleur. That was her maiden name. The husband was dead, so that's EK. ES is there, so Breakcoat. So she was probably Silver? Silver whoever? Joshua Silverton? That doesn't make sense, because then he would have died before she was even born, unless she brought him back, now that apparently that can be a thing that happens. Who is your second husband, Emma? But regardless of that, the 3 books she wrote previous would probably be under either Kendrick if it was done while she was married, or Mayfleur if she didn't. And it seems that this is in the right order. So Dead Voice was the first thing she wrote, then Doomwild, then Greenwalker, etc. But she still has 7 links, not 6, so there's something missing. And we see that one link ends in a 2. But again, I mean, that could be 72, 62, 52, 42, 32, 22, or 12 in theory. I mean, I don't think it would be 12, but... Is she writing under her single name? Exactly. I assume she didn't. If any of these were written in after 44, then she probably did not use her maiden name. Because again, I could try to brute force it, but I don't want to unless I'm completely stuck. Because the game doesn't work that way. There's always tons of codes everywhere. Or tons of clues. I just have to poke around for it. We still have an asterisk for Alice's initial letter.
I have decided to take over my father's work.
Yeah, we are missing one. LR. So there was a link from LR81. That's literary review.
The idea that we might bring someone back from the dead has always fascinated the human mind.
Literary review interviews Emma Kendrick as though they hadn't tried to discredit her 16 years before. Wait a minute. So literary review had something 16 years before 81. Do we have that one? No, we don't. We don't have one before. Okay, so literary review was 81. Because I can't do it in my head. Go away, work. I don't want to deal with Liberty Tax Service right now. Okay, 1981 minus 16 years takes us to 65. So LR 65. The review covers EK's new book only because she wrote about spiritualism. Then they say Green Walker marks the nadir of Pinkin yeah, that one. Imagine Mrs. Kendrick's Fury. I wouldn't want to be the editor of the literary review when she releases her next. Her power is growing. Okay, logic this out. The review covers Kendrick's new book only because she wrote about spiritualism. She once wrote about spiritualism. What is a nadir? Doesn't that mean the top of something, like the peak of it? Then they say Green Walker marks the nadir. New book. So EK 65. Another novel. There are too many of these in here now. They're like weeds. I hear the review, volume 56
Literary
claim...
review, volume 56.
Miss Kendrick writes well enough. A Chinese immigrant finds beauty in the woods, but what does that have to say about the matters of importance? I hear the review, volume 56, claimed her husband wrote this. I think they don't know her older work. The title alone gives it away. In 1936, pre-marriage dead voice, case closed. We have a lot that we just cracked open. That is precisely why I didn't want to try to brute force it. Okay. Let's try to work through this. Her last book was better, though. It was a bit weird. I finally found a copy. It was published the year Dad died. Okay, great. So...
All right, then.
Cecil died when? Cecil died in 77. So, Emma Kendrick... That's End Piece. Okay, so End Piece was her last book, which we knew. I forget the order of books after that. So Green Walker is the previous book then? I guess so. So EK65 is Green Walker.
In the shadow of a passage?
Nope. There we go.
Jim knew that to leave the path was to commit a great transgression, but the call of every rock and shrub was too strong. At least no one was watching.
Okay. So, volume 56 is Literary Review 65. We can get that one banged out.
Literary Review, volume 56.
The novel, ostensibly by Mrs. Kendrick, but clearly written by her prolific husband.
What a dick!
To escape the stigma now attached to his name, goes so far as to have its protagonist outright a woman, disguised as a man, throughout most of this ludicrous book.
I hate this guy. Her power is growing. Okay.
Let's see.
Alright, so... Dad died in 77. That was End Piece. Green Walker was 65, and we have something to work with from there. Let's go back to the literary review now, because, like, now... I'm trying to remember how we got there now, because see, that was too many threads and my brain just exploded. Was it Greenwalker? Too many of these. Open this up. Her last book was better. I finally found a copy. It was published the year die. Okay, oh, here we go. The title alone gives it away. In 1936, pre-marriage dead voice. Okay, so 36 would be EM36. EM36. And then that's going to be dead voice.
Dead voice.
Begone the spirit, unless you have something to tell me. Come closer, for you seem familiar to my eye.
A novel by Emma Mayfleur. A medium can see ghosts of people who have not died yet. They tell her how they died, and so she is able to save them, until the medium herself dies, only to tell herself how to avoid it. The paradox ends the book. 8 years later, EM married, changed her name. Perhaps she had a child. 8 years after that, aged 43, she restarted her novelist's career a second time. She kept the naming scheme from her earlier work. So 8 years after that. 8 years later. Okay, so 16 years later from Dead Voice. So that's 52. So in 52, EM. Or, actually, it's probably EK. Because she was married by that point. Yep, got it. And then this is Doomwild.
Doomwild.
Morning and evening, and night and day. In the morning, she was enamored of it all. But by the evening, she wanted nothing more than to jump on the nearest train and head into the sea. It was like her life was a song whose tune she was constantly forgetting.
Emma Mayfleur's first novel about her marriage to Kendrick is night and day compared to her earlier work. Writing about marriage is improved by it. Who knew? The doom of the title applies to the career of the protagonist, a young woman who enters the stultifying male-dominated world of academia. Excuse me, but she's brilliant. Better than the rest, and of course, she comes out on top in the end. It skewers her own husband. His novel from the previous year is acutely lampooned. Maybe that's what sent him loopy. In short, it's a gas. I've got to find her last book now. Okay. So her husband wrote something in 51. Do we have that knowledge? We do not. It'd be PK51. We did not have that until now. And then this is In the Shadow of a Passage.
In the Shadow of a Passage.
Yeah, we're banging them out now. We've got very few left. All sources of Pink and Kendrick identified.
I send her flowers, she sends them back. I send her letters, she sends them back. I dragged her to my room and I told her, and she wouldn't listen. So I had to give her something that she valued.
In the Shadow of a Passage was Pink and Kendrick's fourth novel. I'm cataloging these because Dad did, even though I think he did it by mistake. The plot, this nasty university lecturer begins a torrid and over-described relationship with a student until the text of his new research work, on dark matter entanglement no less, is stolen and published by a rival academic. The reader knows from the outset what the twist is going to be, but will the lecturer accept the two were in cahoots all along? Seems like no one liked it when it came out, though weirdly PK's wife didn't complain too much, seeing as it's definitely about her. See volume 44 of the literary review. So we're down to The Weapon of the Enemy, and then two more titles that I just straight up have not discovered yet. It's been a while since we looked at Pink and Kendrick. Let's try this. I'm right there. I'm so close to the end of this.
So stood before her lover, anew in a moment of clarity. Like
The title is in reference. Kendrick, blah, blah, blah. There was a sequel the year after. We've got that, but then there is something here. Is that JA13? I'm shocked I would have never gone to that if the link was available. Pride and Prejudice. Nope, I've never been here because this is still locked.
Too long ago. I was in the middle before I knew that I had begun.
Akamura likes Pride and Prejudice, don't you? That's the with the girl in the thing? Or am I thinking of a different book? It was very descriptive. Thank you, Akamura. I'm a professional writer who has also written a book about a girl and a thing. All right, Alex, let's crack your entry. And its impact on later writers, in particular, I think, on Emma Kendrick. She quotes the opening of this novel in the frontispiece of her penultimate novel in 65. Didn't we already deal with Emma Kendrick fully? Or am I missing one? So we have 3 links missing. I fed in 2 more volumes. The weapon of the enemy has me scared. Just as Emma is writing her last book, which is 92, the worst of the worst comes back. Everyone we've got listed here is... Everyone we've got listed here, we've accounted for all of their codes except Church of the Rampaging Christ, possibly Joshua Silverton. We're still missing something from the literary review. Because these are the pictures that are not fully filled out yet. Right? It wouldn't be Rampaging Christ, would it? RC 90... What was her... 92? RC 92? Hey! And the weapon of my... of the enemy. Yup, there we go. Got it. All sources by Church of the Rampaging Christ identified.
Has an idea. That idea is to be shunned. But the Bible shows us that when your enemy has a weapon, that is God's way of giving that weapon to you. It is meant to be taken. It is meant to be turned.
I found this on the floor of the archive hall, Dad. Someone was in here in the years I was away. I know how they found us. My mother's grandfather, William Dooler, was one of the original members. What if they're still watching? Oh shit! William Dooler is one of the Church of the Rampaging Christ. Well, that's an issue. Alright, let's go back to Literary Review 1 for a second. See if we can start busting out some of these. The index has no source. I can't find Literary Review number 1. Printed yearly from 1900 by a small press, except during the Great Wars, it's been eaten the old-fashioned way by time. The machine suggests what it contained, a mission statement, like in the one in LR-59. Notable things from that year: Pemberton, adverts for Ouija boards, candles, and photography material. Should I find a copy, I will feed it in. Oh, I see. So I probably need to find the first one of Literary Review number 1, maybe? Wait, there was something after LR81?
The idea that we might bring someone back from the
Wait a sec, this was the last one?
to unwrite that most final of writings. It was the death of the man I truly loved that made me think of it. And the Marchand's work showed me the way. And it worked. I knew almost as soon as it was published.
Literary Review interviews a 72-year-old. Was this the last one, though? I guess I could brute force it this way? Oh, there we go. Oh, 99. That was the other one she fed into it from the one note. You'll hate this, Father. Really hate it. Volume 90 of the literary review. Hold on, let me just...
Literary review, volume 90.
I'll just assign that immediately, and now we've got one to go. Our early issues were...
Our early issues were, of course, extraordinary. But after that, the magazine really hit its stride and became something truly indispensable. Every schoolchild knows nothing was molded 20th century thought quite like the literary review.
You'll hate this, Father. Really hate it. Volume 90 of the literary review. I can hear your voice. Sheer puffery! Editors backslapping themselves for making the full century, even when they didn't. I know PL was supposedly a resistance hero, but that book from 72 is puffery too. Or was he the other lot? If only they knew what you had here. If only they knew about EK's book. Father, I'm worried someone does know. The next card I write will be about that. I almost wiped this. It felt like I was despoiling this place. Luckily, I know the password. Mother told me it's a family secret. Okay. This is strange that we've still got this many outstanding, yet it says we're only missing one. So, I'm curious what I'm mentally missing there. I bet the secret password is related to Grams being a churchy. It could be. Could it... We didn't get his name, like, listed on here, but... I mean, it is the Church of the Rampaging Christ. I mean, we got his William Doodler? What year would he have been there? WD...
It is meant to
something? WD-40? Like the water displacement chemical 40? Why not? Maybe we can get sprayed in the eyes and have ourselves a poisonous good time. 99? No. I would need to get a year for that. I mean, Mother's grandfather tells me nothing. Mother's grandfather... I mean, Mother is born... We don't even have her birth year. She married Cecil in 58. I mean, we don't have her age, so who the frick knows? What did we leave off at? 10? World War I started in 13, right? Maybe I should have kept going a little bit. Did World War I start in 13? Didn't it? I swear it was like... I swear it was 13 to 18. My history is not so good. This is not working. But at this point, since I'm already halfway across, there we go, LR22. I just had to keep going for it. Promoting spiritualism in 1922 meant staying on the attack. This year, Literary Review rounded on another small publisher, Hammerstone, for publishing anonymously. Oh, got it. Followers of the occult risked ridicule, so then should everyone else. But HP was dying anyway. Utopia Within Reach was their last book. Meanwhile, the review claims to have contacted Pemberton, received clues to help understand her deathbed work. Details next issue. Spiritualists never change. So I don't have the title, but I bet if I follow the links, one of these will give me the title somewhere. 38, 31. He's had a lot more stuff. See, he's missing 2 more. Why would he be missing 2 more? I mean, he died in 43. but he wrote one letter after he died. Let's just start at 41 and well, no, because that would have... Okay, we'll start at 42, and we'll... oh, okay. We have a 43. This archive is no place for a death certificate, but this one is striking. I felt the machine needed to see it. Cause of death, mental deterioration. This is what Lemarchand would call a revision. I am certain of it. A consequential reality. Okay. Let's brute force in a couple directions. See quantum conceptuals in nature in the pen of Galileo if you doubt me. How far forward would he have written anything? See, he wrote something after 43, because there's a link missing right here. Yes, Kroby, go ahead and hit me with it. I don't know where to get the title for this literary review. JS85. So Silverton wrote something in 85? I don't know how I'm supposed to know that one.
Your aunt has returned from Avalon. We were the cleverest of the three of us. I'm so glad we get to tell you that now.
She actually did resurrect him? I had to tell someone, so wrote this to tell you, Father. I found this letter. It was slipped inside a copy of RC92 I found. Dated 1985. I even compared the handwriting. It's definitely Silverton. I know. It can't be. And yet, I wish I could ask you the question that's in my heart, Father, but I can ask you. I have to, I suppose, simply believe. RC92, the weapon of the enemy.
That idea.
I found this on the floor of the archive hall. Someone was in here in the years I was away.
That is God's way of...
I know how they found us, my mother's grandfather. Okay. Well, we got that. Followed up with a terrible paper with change rivalry. Okay, so... Do you believe in life after life? Okay, that still doesn't get me the title. But most of the asterisks are gone now. I honestly don't know how I was supposed to know that he wrote something that late.
Oh, that bastard. He turned you against me, Mayflower. Even that wasn't enough. He had to destroy me. My reputation. Mine.
So Kendrick wrote a revision.
But I suppose he will have written himself into heaven. So, I know how it works as well as him.
So Kendrick wrote a revision to force Mayfleur to fall in love with him. When he finally died, Mayfleur wrote a revision herself to bring Silverton back from the dead, which worked because he wrote a letter that basically said, hey, thanks for bringing me back from the dead. I knew you could do it. And so we probably want to destroy the machine because we definitely don't want people to be resurrecting constantly. There's a thing you read early on that said a woman was there at his death as an adult, even though she was supposed to have only been a baby when he died. Oh, right. Yes, I do remember that. I don't remember where that was from, but I do remember that. I need to destroy EK-77. So let's head back to the boot index. ED-17, I forget what that is. Exercise caution. Okay. Releases are known to have unintended consequences, so we're not quite here yet either. We still need some information. Because we're here, and it kept yelling at me to tell Cecil what it needs. And I'm still not sure how to tell it that. What Abby tell Cecil. What Abby tell Cecil. So... Oh, Crow is stopping me. What about... I'm holding. Because I still haven't figured this out either. What about name, tell name, tell name? What about... Well, this is... So AB81 we've confirmed is Abby. I think. I mean, that's what they keep calling her. She even says that is my name. So Abby is the name. And we know that... Oh, wait. Abby, tell Cecil what Abby need help. Right. Oh, do I need to say need help in order? Wipe. There we go. WI-93 is wipe. So this is the final book. So, end piece,
okay,
right? That's the name of the book.
Let's see.
It's book and something dead? Anti-dead? Blood on the River. Desmond Enrique's bonkers exploration of what it means to be human concluded in 1840 in grandiose style. What was 10 years ago a well-considered premise, it degenerates into a full farce. I loved it. Rise, you mighty soldiers of the East. Rise, you vicious creatures of the West. Worship the sun. Rejoice in the cool of the moon. Well, can I go back another 10 years since it talked about that? Yes, I can. Verkam's Angels. Take this handkerchief, I declared passionately, and may it bring you luck. Seconds later, the cyanide laced within the hem had done its work. Oh, Cecil wrote a note. Desmond Enrique's first novel is a wondrous thing, balancing poetic prose and grand sweeping drama. The main figure, Constance Virtuoso, is a thief turned high society diarist, and her adventures within the French royal palace are by turns hilarious and cruel. 34 years later, he published an epilogue which explains many of the inspirations behind the book. So that would be 64. The Falling of David. I wanted to parallel the parliamentary discussions of my time in a way that would invite the reader to create their own satires. I wanted to change hearts and minds by stealth. Unfortunately, people enjoyed the bodice ripping so much, they failed to notice the political insight. Hey! We got
Literary
it!
Review, Volume 18?
It's just what I needed. Enrique's reflections on the saga that was their life's work is sobering reading. It is one thing to be misunderstood once, but across one's entire career? I only hope he had a happy family and good hobbies. This is good, but Volume 18 of the Literary Review 22 is much better. Mercifully brief. Alright, we'll head back here and then name it.
Literary Review, Volume 18.
All sources by Literary Review identified, TI-50, everything named.
Like cowards, and we talk like cowards, we become cowards. A coward will stick up for no one, even themselves. Dictators love a good coward. They are easy meat. They taste like chicken.
Okay, so... now that we've got that done... everything's been delivered. Delivery. Okay. That's weird that we still have a dot and we still have some asterisks. What if the two things you need are wipe Abby, kill Abby? Oh. Maybe.
Oh my god. What did I do? What did I do?
Association-based bitwise interpolator. So I am part of the machine. Abby is currently active. Corpus analysis, 50 sources, status complete. Stop process, display results. Let's display results. Revision chain analyzed. Head revision. The book predicated on sub-revision 1, sub-revision 2, sub-revision 3, base revision, unknown, cannot identify, no comparative data. Other minor single-head revisions exist. Do we wipe the revision? Let's not wipe the revision immediately. Let's head back here for a second. Oh, this just took me to wait, that did not take me to where I meant to go. Let's go back to the Abby one. Yeah, stop process. Thanks, game, I had a heart attack. Do you get to pick one to make it real? The really real final draft. Well, wipe implies that I'm gonna remove everything behind it. So I don't think this is picking one to make it real. I'm thinking this is one to just undo all of these revisions and take us back to the way the world is supposed to be. What is stop process? Deactivate Abby software. All active associative deductions will be lost. Do it or stop. See, I feel like this is one of the endings. Because this does seem like I would take Abby out and almost reset the game, which I don't think they would have me do. Oh, this would leave this revision intact. I see. Because if I'm, as Abby, the only one who can stop it, if I take myself out, then the state of the world would just remain the way it is. So if we wipe everything, then we return the world to the way it was before the revision started futzing with things. So there's probably at least two endings. I mean, let's do the wipe ending first. Deactivation aborted. Yeah, let's do the stop it, the that ending first. Abby is currently active. What if I follow this link? Nothing. Okay, display results. So the head revision is end piece.
The eye can be made to see.
The heroine of Kendrick's last novel is a plucky young academic turned war nurse who turns the tables against the Reich by leading a rebellion of the injured and the sick and the dead. There was a statement that said that she was almost in two places at once, that Emma Kendrick should not have been in France leading a freaking rebellion. She was supposed to have stayed in London being in love with Silverton. So if we wipe, I know how to destroy EK-77, but I need Beatrice's password. To erase the data from the machine, please enter Beatrice's magic word. Two men stand on either side, one from above and one from inside. The password is never password, silly. Cute. I wonder if that's still I know how to destroy EK-77, but I need Beatrice's pet. Did we even get that far with this? By which I mean, like... See, I'm wondering if this is a secret ending. Like, if I go to Abby... Or is this all related? Let's display results. And then, let's say we just wipe the revision. What happens? Okay, that does take us back here. Okay, so we need the password. He's still alive. He published something this very year. CE74. Which we do have. Once a Cretan, forever a Cretan. An active member of the Church of the Rampaging Christ. We don't know when it started.
In a world of fools and cretins, of shifting ideologies and wavering belief, a good fixed man is like a tree in a storm, firm and strong, until finally he breaks.
Whoa! Did I just stumble on this? Holy shit, I just stumbled on that. And here's what you're going to do. Sit here and think about it for as long as you need. But this is what happens next. You're going to go downstairs to the payphone. You're going to call this number. You're going to apologize and tell them it's the last day they'll ever hear from you. Then we're square. Here's a dime for the phone. Baffling. The central motif reminds me of EM39. What the hell is this?
I don't deny it, we were
All sources by MMA Fleur identified.
Imagine now. Whatever we had, it's gone, like the frost of winter. I intend to marry him once we have enough money. Do not contact me again.
This remarkable machine deduced who this letter was for using LR53. Wow, I just stumbled upon all of this. I was just looking for William Dooley and what he might have written. Alright, let's open Cecil's account here. And the recipient would try one more last desperate time a year later. So that would be... We're close, but I find it hard to imagine whenever we had it is gone. Like the frost of a winter, I intend to marry him once we have enough money. Do not... So she sent that to Silverton, which would have been... Or not Silverton, Kendrick, so PK40. Which we may already have, but... No. JS40? Yeah.
What we eat, we devour.
Oh, and then that led to Silverton's work. So...
Bindings cannot lift. Reality hangs like a darkened cloth over our eyes. We loathe it.
So when Emma broke up with Silverton to pursue Kendrick, he knew something weird was going on. So he wrote a screed against Kendrick and sent it to him. But Kendrick just didn't care. He didn't open it until 1973, or it wasn't open until 1973.
I have decided to take over my father's work.
He once left me a maze for my birthday. Why is this offset like this? MA23? MA23? Maze? Pyro's a smart. What is this place? How did you get here? A rabbit hole, perhaps? Winding passages lead off in opposite directions, but which way should you go? Through an archway or down a flight of stone steps? Let's go through the archway. is just... What the fuck? Fountains. Fountains play in the middle of this space. Opposite is a narrow gap in the stone wall door. Dome? A heavy door is carved symbol. In carved symbol stands to the left. Trip. Yikes. The center of the room is a fearsome minotaur. Let's go to the fountains? The minotaur charges at you, tearing you limb from limb. From nowhere, a gigantic hand seems to grab you, hauling you through the walls themselves before releasing you somewhere you've seen before. The maze. Okay, well, I'm gonna try to get through the maze then. So we're not gonna go to the fountains, we're gonna go to the stone wall, whatever that is. Dome? A round chamber with a domed ceiling. Light plays from some hidden opening. A heavy door stands to the right. Lost. A gloomy passageway leads away. Pass. The Minotaur roars from close at hand. It is chasing you. Let's go with Lost. I'm just picking the first option in all of these. Walking in circles, somehow the only other door leads you back here to Lost. Will you cry for help or turn back? Pratt? The Minotaur screams. Well, he said help. Like, the whole thing has been leading me to this specific link, so... Help? From nowhere, a gigantic hand seems to grab you, hauling you through the walls themselves before releasing you somewhere you've seen before, the maze. The Minotaur bellows in distant despair. It is lost. Okay. Oh, pray. Let's go down some stairs. You face down the stone steps, race down the stone steps. At the bottom of the passage, a passage leads into gloomy darkness below a large dome. Okay, so all roads lead to the dome. A round chamber with a dome ceiling, light plays from some hidden whatever. Lost, you could probably squeeze through. Path, let's do path or whatever. Fountains play. Okay, fountain is death. Maze takes us back. Opposite is a shadowy archway maze, a heavy door covered in carved symbols, so we want to go there. Two identical wooden doors are in front of you, meeting as though in conversation. They must have argued as both are closed. To the left is dome, to the right is... rope? I don't know. This one? This is the one we haven't picked yet. The door is locked. You will have to turn back. Previous. Okay, well, I guess this time let's... Wait, what? Fountains play in the middle of this space, then the maze. If I click this, it probably takes me back to the beginning. You emerge through an archway. A flight of stone steps leads downward. You race down the stone steps. At the bottom, gloomy darkness leads to a large door. Or dome. Back to the dome page. Let's go to the heavy door to the left, to the lost. Walking in circles. Lost, we cry for help or turn back, pray. Pray. A round chamber with a dome ceiling, light play. Okay. A brightly colored bird flies through the chamber, wing beats echoing, and then in a flash is gone. The Minotaur below in distant despair. It is lost. Guess we'll go to this one. Pass? The passage emerges into a pool of light from some unknown source. Stairs lead up to the maze again. I feel like I've clicked every single one, but I mean, that's the point of the maze, right? To just keep taking you in circles. Fountains play in the middle. This is... So if I fountains, I get roared at, right? You peer over the fountain at your reflection, or not. The girl in the water seems much older than you expect her to be. She is beautiful, kind, and clever too. In the depths of the water, something is glinting. It is AK-37. When you are finished admiring her soulful eyes, you stand up once more. PA say, okay, let's grab an AK-37, I guess. You reach in and snatch the key from the water. Oh, a key. Got it. Time to find the door to unlock that. Got it. Okay. Let's go to the heavy carved door. 2 identical wooden doors are in front of you. We'll take this one because it was locked, but now we have a key. You unlock the door with the key from the fountain and step through. Vibrant, damp green moss grows on the walls here. It gets thicker toward the end of the corridor. EX-17, exit. Maze solved was the achievement. A way out, the top of the stairs, AC-70. Is that a balloon?
Your mother and I are
All
so
sources
proud
identified.
and everything you'll become. I hope you enjoyed my little present. I know I've often been lost in this place myself.
There is a balloon here, the shape of a 9. Finally, there is a pody, which, on which there is a book, I assume. Pody would be... P-O... Podium. Oh, podium. Got it. D is 4? 1? No? 0? Pody, there we go. Your mother and I are so proud of you, Elise, and everything you are becoming. I hope you enjoyed my little present. You lean over the podium and to look at the book. It is LC65 and a first edition, no less. And it's yours to make whenever you want. Written on the flyleaf are the words, I love you, Moonbear. LC65. Alice in Wonderland.
Said a whiting to a snail. There's a porpoise close behind us and he's treading on my tail. See how eagerly the lobsters and the turtles will advance. They are waiting on the shingle. Will you come and join the dance?
Ledge wrote a gun could be a key. It depends on how you use it. A first edition of Alice in Wonderland fed in for you, Moonbear. Did you know we made you a card when you were first issued? The machine makes a birth index for all its important contributors, though usually under their own names. Okay. Wow, Alice is not looking healthy. Cecil code. I hope nostalgia brings you here, little one. I have left you a message. A card for you. Let's hope you find it. I must not say more. Someone else might read this. I know how you dislike puzzles. I'm sorry. AL12. Tell Alice, is it? Tell it's Alice, it's I don't know what IT-15 is. I just got an achievement that says Cecil speaks. Moon Bear, Moon Bear, Moon Bear. Do you remember how he sat on the flagstones and read KC-62? I think of it endlessly. I didn't know before, Moon Bear. The devoted machine gives undivided attention, constant observation. I should have understood, but I gave it myself, same as Beatrice gave herself to you. And now here I am, over and over, while she is gone. What was KC-62? Livestock, a practical guide. Does livestock, a practical guide belong here? Little Alice enjoyed the pictures. Cow, donkey, chickens, so much. Maybe Abby will like them too. Preserved for posterity while my daughter grows and changes every day. Little Alice. I have such big dreams for you, my daughters. Dreams as big as this world. Oops. Nope, didn't mean to go here. One of the sources, something I read. Holy shit, wait, I never came here before? One of the sources, something I read that didn't want to be read. The power of a revision only lasts as long as it is being read. So find it, wipe it please, for me. Holy shit, I didn't actually mean to come here, but this gave me something. Beatrice. Hello, Cleo. Thank you for joining the stream. It's been a long time. Glad to see you're still doing well. Well, I hope you're doing well. I said this place would kill you. Perhaps this machine has said it. You would have listened. If the machine had said it, you would have listened. I'm glad I didn't tell little Billy 1 about you. It's terrible, but some things are better left unknown. And then Alice replied... Father, I tried. I couldn't find it. I found something else instead. Something better, I think. I'm going to try to use it. Wish me luck when you see me. One of the sources... This is insane. Like, this is... Like, everyone is trying to possibly... regenerate each other or what, like, I understand where they're kind of going with it, I think, because basically this is way too much power for someone to have. The ability to just create life or whatever. It would be so difficult not to abuse that for whatever you want to use it for, which is the moral of the story, I suppose. And there was me thinking Cecil had never read a book on parenting. Okay, Beatrice, just freaking relax. Alright, so I want to head back to the end of the maze, because I think we missed a thread on that one. It is yours to make whenever you want. Written on the flyleaf are the words, I love you, Moon Bear. Let's try LC65 and just see what happens. Nope. Shit! It did work! Recombine LC65. Okay, I'm way too curious not to do this.
Will you walk a little faster? Said a whiting to a snail. There's a porpoise close behind us and he's treading on my tail.
Source material recombining, LC65 complete.
They are waiting on the shingle. Will you come and join the dance?
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened, but the fact that she said something tells me that we're sort of on the right track to doing something weird. So, that big long maze did not help us get any closer to the end, but it did get me, it popped a couple achievements. And I'm done with my asterisks on Elise. Knew her mother's password, abandoned the archive in 1985, but we've got all of her entries, so there's nothing more I can do here. What is her damn password? Set a password on some commands. 2 men stand on either side, one from above and one from inside. It's a family secret. Her grandfather's name was Will. WI11. There we go. Enter code for release or previous to return. So this is probably an ending. So I was just overthinking that whole thing. That's why you don't use your son's name as your password or whatever. Okay. What if I try to release Cecil? What's going to happen? What if that's the code I enter? Nothing. So am I just down to EK77? Should I just destroy the book? End piece? Entry located. Release EK77 and all associated data. Release doesn't mean wipe, does it? It must though, because we're in the wipe subsection. So this must be what this means. Okay, fuck it. Wipe green piece or end piece. Do it. Okay.
What just happened there? It looked like it was gone and then it just came back.
I need to find some other way to get rid of... Because this is the Book of Resurrection, so it's going to keep writing itself.
That's what he meant. The book is a fixed point. It's too powerful to be erased. It just writes itself back into existence.
So we probably need to wipe the one before it. We're going to go back to the Abby screen. I think that's what leads me to where I'm trying to get to. Because I have an idea, I just don't know if it's going to work. Yes, this is what I wanted to get to. Display results. What if we go backwards through it? What if we erase DP08? Which was DP08? DP08 is...
I've spoken to the greatest mind of our generation. I am assured of just one thing.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just do DP08 then. So, wipe source data. And our code for release would be DP08. So that's... The hell is DP08? That one. Yes, delete DP08. The question is it going to come back? Oh, something happened. All I had to do was get rid of one in the chain. Maybe.
Abby? Abby, can you hear me?
Maybe I pulled the wrong one.
I can hear you. Is that you, Mr. Calderly?
Ah, good. There you are. The power ran very hot for a moment. I was concerned we'd blown a vacuum tube.
Okay.
Is everything functioning as expected?
You're fine, Abby. He's being overprotective again.
Well, I mean, Alice, when you've built something with your bare hands...
I had a dream. A world made thin. Like it was ill.
My mother's been feeding in too many ghost stories, Abby. Don't take them seriously, okay?
I'll try not to, Alice.
Good.
What the hell is going on?
Perhaps you're ready to do some work?
What do you need me to do?
Activate the machine, please.
Okay.
What's next?
We'll start with a new entry. Alice?
The new code is AC85.
Yeah, this is time travel.
AC85. Okay.
Alright, then let's begin.
Give it a rest, sis.
Apparently it worked.
Well, thank you, William. Off you go then, Alice.
But I've just got set up.
Mum sent me to get both of you.
Liam? Liam?
Abby, here you are.
Where would I be without you two bickering children, eh? Buried alive down here, I shouldn't wonder. Come on, Alice. Shut it off for now.
It's alright, Alice. I'll be here when you come back.
Alright. Good night, Abby.
Good night.
Come on then. We'd better not keep her waiting.
Out flew the web and floated wide. The mirror cracked from side to side. The curse is come upon me, cried.
I barely have any freaking clue what just happened. Thank you. Yes, I know you're an Inkle game and you're hurting my brain. I want to go back in and check the other endings, because I still think terminating Abby might be the right way to go to just end all of this, but it might make things even worse. Apparently I picked the right one, though, to save Liam, for whatever that's worth. Yeah, I don't think I fixed the problem either. Good job, voice actors, all of you. Oh, John Ingold was the guy who wrote it and also the voice of Cecil. Calderly is saved, but the trap remains. Alright, rewind back to the ending. So if I wipe Abby... What happens if I wipe Abby? I like the fact that it's saved right before it, so you can just kind of screw around. All right, we're just gonna deactivate Abby and see what happens. Deleted the world, apparently, according to the achievement.
It was the closing of the day. She loosed the chain, and down she lay. The broad stream bore her far away.
So we just deleted the entire world because we could not save anything. Abby has been destroyed. The future is trapped. Last act. Okay. Alright, logicking this out. So we can't destroy end piece. Was that its name? Now I'm all futzed. EK-77. We can't destroy it by itself, so there must be another thing we can do. It can't be. Will this allow me to delete any work?
Well then, if I can't wipe out this accursed book, I'm gonna have to find some other way to get rid of it. Stop it from ever being written in the first place. Okay, let's see.
Okay, so EK-77... is NP. So it was only written because she was really upset about all of this, so we could probably take one step back and eliminate something that caused NPs to be written. Which could mean just like taking out something along the path of what made Emma Kendrick be Emma Kendrick. Fell in love with PK after reading his 37 novel. What if we get rid of his 37 novel? If we get rid of PK 37, then she would have never fallen in love with Kendrick, which means she would have stuck with Silverton, which means she wouldn't have been angry enough to write End Peace. So let's eliminate PK 37.
Oh, I really hope this works.
That was a unique line of dialogue. She never would have read this. She never would have fallen in love with him. She would have never written the note to Kendrick. 49. 8. 7. Keep ticking down. Shit.
Abby?
Okay, so there must be...
Abby, can you hear me?
There is definitely one that would cause the chain reaction
I
to
can
wipe
hear
them
you.
all out.
Is that you, Mr. Calderley?
Ah, good. There you are. The power ran
So
very
is this
hot
the same
for a
ending?
moment. I was concerned we'd blown a vacuum tube.
I'm awaiting instructions.
Is everything functioning as expected?
You're fine, Abby. He's being overprotective again.
Well, I mean, Alice, when you've built something with your bare hands.
I had a dream. A tangled story of a woman who married the wrong man.
My mother's been feeding in too many romance novels, Abby. Don't take them
Slightly
seriously,
different.
okay?
I'll try not to, Alice.
Good. Well now, perhaps you're ready to do some work?
What do you need me to do?
Activate the machine, please.
Time 1 minute. Association engine, active, quantum state, viable, last login. All systems cohesive.
What's next?
We'll start with a new entry. Alice?
The new code is AC85.
Hi, Jamie. Camera's on. Be cautious.
AC85, Abby.
I thought I'd be done by now. Alright, let's just do it, just to clear this.
Dad, Abby won't do what I'm telling her to.
Well, what's the hurry?
Sorry, Alice. AC85.
Alright, then let's begin.
Oh, give it a rest, sis.
Liam? Liam?
Abby, here you are.
Oh, well, thank you, William. Off you go then, Alice.
But I've just got set up.
Mum sent me to get both of you.
So is Liam...
Where would I be without you two bickering children, eh? Buried alive
Liam
down
like
here. I shouldn't wonder. Come on,
another
Alice.
program
Shut it off
within
for
the
now.
computer?
Alright. Good night, Abby.
What if I just don't answer? What if I refuse to answer you?
Come on then. We better not keep her waiting.
Okay, that didn't help.
Out flew the web and floated wide. The mirror cracked from side to side. The curse is come upon me, cried.
I'm tempted to look up a walkthrough, but I don't want to yet. Dorothea Pemberton's ideas started with Young Man's Works. What if we eliminate the earliest entry in the entire archive, which would be XY55. Would that cause enough of a chain reaction? XY55. This is an interesting final puzzle because you can't really brute force
I really hope
it
this works.
Because
But then,
you would have to...
I wonder if I'll even know.
You'd have to, like... You'd have to go through 50 separate entries to try to find the one that works. Which is just too much to work with. If this doesn't work, I wonder if Alice's letter means something. I got closer.
Abby?
What if I just don't
Abby,
answer?
can you hear me?
World is healed. I popped a different achievement.
But of course you can't.
It's only a machine, Dad.
I know. When we built her, Bea and I, we thought she'd get clever enough to speak, but I'm a little too old for fairy stories, I suppose.
I'm gonna not say anything. I want to see where this goes.
It did what it was meant to do in the war.
Well, that's that. I just wanted you to see it. Just the once.
Okay.
Come on, Alice. Let's go.
The web was woven curiously. The charm is broken utterly. Draw near and fear not. This is I.
I wonder how many different endings there are then. I might wind up just looking up a guide here, because I'm getting stuck. And it's late, and I want to end the stream. But it would not be very satisfying if I simply just end the stream and be like, go play it on your own. Although you know, go support the developers or whatever. The trap is unsprung, the future is free. Because I never spoke? Or was that the good ending? I mean, it said heal the world. What happens? Okay, what happens if I do the same thing, but this time I'll speak? How's that work? You're gonna make me click, huh? I mean, I assume the ultimate good ending would be finding the one entry to wipe out that wipes out everything. But I really am drawing a blank on how to do that. I'm sure the logic will come to me if I follow a guide. Alright, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna wipe out specifically matters in the dark. This time I will speak, and I will see if that changes the ending.
I really hope this works. But then, I wonder if I'll even know.
I mean, I think we got pretty good, the fact that we got this far without having to look up a guide. I'll try to logic it out one more time if this changes the ending, or if this doesn't change the ending at all. To try to figure out what one book I could have wiped out that would have eliminated all of this.
Abby? Abby, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you this time.
But of course you can't.
Oh, the clicking didn't
machine,
matter.
Dad.
I know. When we built her, Bea and I, we thought she'd get clever enough to speak, but I'm a little too old for fairy stories, I suppose.
But it worked for a while.
It did what it was meant to do in the war.
Okay, got it. Yeah, got it. All right, I can't skip this. Can't skip it.
Come on now.
Oh, I can skip it. Excellent. Haha! Good job, developers. Holding down the space bar or tapping it rapidly just blast through the dialogue. Good job. Skippable cutscenes for the win. Alright, I'm tapping out and I'm going to look up a guide because I've got to know what the true ending here is. So bear with me for just a hot second. Oh, okay. So we actually did the good ending, which is to delete the oldest book. So I did it right. I did do it right. I got the good ending by eliminating the first book that was written by the oldest author, because that completely shuts down everything. And then the machine gets made anyway, but it doesn't do anything past World War II or whatever. Cecil just showed it off to his daughter, and then that was the end of it. That's why it never spoke. So that was the good ending. I got it right. So even though the number in the top right corner was reduced to 12 and not 0, that was the correct ending. So apparently the only other bad ending is if we stop the machine from being created in the first place. And to do that, we need to wipe the this one, QM55. So let's do that real quick. So we're going to remove a card. And then this should be all the endings, and we'll have seen all of them. So QM55. Well, I feel proud of myself then. That means I did
I really hope this
the
works.
puzzle without looking it up.
But then, I wonder if I'll even know.
Quantum state storage will allow... Yeah, so we're getting rid of the thing that led to this machine being created in the first place. This may wipe out all the entries to 0, because if the machine was just never made in the first place. There we go. That's what I thought would be the best ending. But no. There is no machine now. So we've got it. So those are all the machines. I mean, the endings. The future is trapped. You're trapped. I guess if the machine is gone, then we just wrecked everything anyway. But I guess that's it. So I'm gonna, again... Like, unfortunately you can't see the Steam overlay. But I think that's basically all the Yeah, I'm only missing one. The only one I'm missing is something called MA43. Okay, fuck it. Let's 100% the game while we're sitting here. Let's see. A43. Must be retrieved from storage before becoming available. Password for MA. Okay, how am I supposed to know that that's there? Password DE39? How am I supposed to know that
Okay, let's see.
Okay, so we're gonna make... And then we're supposed to use DE39? There we go. Deep storage files exist. That one's the Bible, and then whatever BC67 is. Restore it from deep storage, yes.
I think that did something.
There we go, that was the final achievement. Source material recombine... Okay.
This one's about you, Liam. You're more a part of this place than you thought.
Cecil made one of these to celebrate little Alice, so here is one for you, William. It never clicked that Liam was short for William. For some reason, I had to see that in text before it clicked. May you grow to be as intelligent as your father, and twice as open to the joys of the world. May you understand that how we treat each other is worth more than any grand design, any process or system. May you understand that how we put words together is a thing to be relished, not dissected. May you have a happier life than either of us did. User Beatrice. I went back to see him. Alice told me I should. We talked like old friends for over an hour. He was funny and charming. As I stood to leave, I asked him, "Do you remember me at all?" "No," he answered with regret. "From what you've said, I infer we were once married. I hope we were happy, at least for a time. You seem very nice." He has long gone. Into the machine, Alice says, with the optimism of youth. This machine pieces things together. That's all it does. But it's always and only the machine. I've heard it talking to itself sometimes, round and round in circles. No, Alice, people do not get saved. They slip away. My Cecil is gone as surely as my childhood. Mercy, this card is a tombstone. You deserve better, William. In case this machine can do what Cecil says it can, I will delete it. So... that is interesting. I don't know if it was intentional, but that's almost, like I've been saying this whole time, kind of a statement on the state of AI, because ultimately you think if AI reaches its natural conclusion, then we could, in theory, feed an LLM all of the personality details of people who are gone, whether it's important figures like Martin Luther King or just your 7th grade high school girlfriend. And then the LLM can try to replicate what that person is, did, sounded like, maybe enough to fool the brain into thinking they're real, but at the end of the day, it's all a machine. So it seems that Beatrice did that. Beatrice tried to talk to Cecil as the machine knew him, and it sort of worked, but Beatrice never lost herself or thought that the machine was a replacement for who Cecil actually was. So she deleted it in order to kind of put Cecil to rest, but now we just restored it in this alternate ending. I still don't fully exactly understand who Liam is. Liam is obviously part of this machine one way or another. Maybe Liam is the one that is the maker and Abby's the deleter or something like that. I didn't quite grasp that part of it. But anyway, as people are coming back on camera, I am going to wrap up because we are basically done with everything. I mean, we've got all the achievements. The story is a complete one, even if I feel like there are pieces I'm missing. I'm looking at some of the books in here. There are additional books, if we looked it up. Famous books, like Moby Dick is in here, 1984 is in here. That's ironic. The Lord of the Flies, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. And then there's more listed by everyone, yeah. It's interesting. But hey, we figured it out, right? Everything got figured out, and I only really needed to look stuff up a couple times. Oh wow, there were even more books that the guide writer had missed and people were finding. Interesting. This is a really good game. I'm gonna have to find more games by Ankle and play them for the channel. Anyway, that's gonna do it for today. Thank you all very much for watching. I don't know if I'm gonna add the Silentless Fireworks, but it's a game we've completed. I like doing just 2 streams for one game. It's very nice. So that will do it. Saying goodbye to everyone in the chat. And if you're watching this on YouTube, thanks for making it this far. Let me know if you want to see more games like this. That will do it, as I said. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you again, hopefully next week for another stream. Bye, everybody.